Welcome to our first fully vegan Thanksgiving meal. I'll go through everything that we have prepared and some of the products that we're using and just kind of walk through everything. So the first thing that I did, there's actually the Rhodes and Organic quick gravy in the pot right now, the golden gravy. But one of the first things I did was make a cream of mushroom soup that is vegan for the green bean casserole bake. So basically that was sauteed garlic, onions, and mushrooms. And then, not quite a half a cup of flour mixed in. So I sauteed all of the ingredients in coconut oil, and then I mixed the flour in. And I didn't have dry sherry, so I used a couple tablespoons of dry red wine, which was Zinfandel. And then I whisked in a cup of almond milk and then added like another cup or two. It turned out a little bland, so I added more garlic powder, I added onion powder, I added some salt, and then a dash more wine. So after that, it turned out very well. And that's the base for the green bean casserole, as well as of course, French's crispy fried onions. And it turned out really well. And the green beans, of course, were steamed ahead of time. And then also we had some squash left over from our CSA. So I think it's a butternut and an acorn squash. I did half of the acorn squash in brown sugar and pecans. But first I baked it upside down in this pan with a little water on the bottom for like a half an hour. Then I flipped it up and added the brown sugar and the pecans. I don't know if you can see it back there, but the second half of the acorn squash has maple syrup and pepitas in it. And then I'm trying the butternut squash with the brown sugar and the pecans as well. The potatoes are on boiling. Those are also CSA potatoes. And let's see, the Sara Lee buns are not certified vegan. They're Hawaiian buns, but they don't appear to have anything in them. My husband just picked them up from the grocery store, so I'm going to double check the ingredients just to make sure they don't have any milk or eggs. But I think he looked at it pretty well, and I don't think that they have any milk or eggs. And I'm going to use this as the broth for the stuffing, I think. Either that or I have some vegetable broth in the cupboard as well. But this is, let's focus on that. This is Celefiber. I've never used this before. I usually use the no chicken or the no beef broth. And that's going to be the base for the Arrowhead Mills Organic Savory Herb Stuffing. We had to go back. That was the biggest fail. We had to go back to the store to get a vegan stuffing because I thought that the stovetop was vegan, but I read through the ingredients one more time and they have chicken fat in that. So if I can remember where I bought it, I'm going to return it to the store. Either that or I'm going to donate it to a food bank. I'm going to give this little golden gravy a stir because that was my other fail. I'm letting this get a little lumpy. Otherwise, everything's been going pretty well. We are going to have the lightly breaded Gardein turkey cutlets and the corn chicken cutlets as kind of our replacement for the turkey. And then I also made my own pie. So I had a can of pumpkin, and then I found this Stone Mill pumpkin spice at Aldi, and also the earth-grown cream cheese style spread. It's just plain and it's vegan. So I let that get soft, the cream cheese style spread, and then we added in the pumpkin spice mixture, which is basically sugar and all your standard pumpkin pie seasonings and spices. And then we added the can of pumpkin, and we mixed that all together. We didn't even use the replacement egg with the flaxseed. And we found some pre-made frozen vegan pie shells, and then we put the pumpkin spice, and the cream cheese style mixture in the pumpkin pie shell. I mean, not now it's a pumpkin pie shell. It was just a pie shell before. So I think we're about ready. I think the only thing that I have yet to do is bake the turkey cutlets and stir the gravy and, do the stuffing. More than I thought. Get the mashed potatoes ready. I'm going to put some roasted garlic in there and some, I'm debating on the Orville Redenbacher vegan but not very good for you buttery flavoring for popcorn. I'm debating on putting some of that in there, or maybe I'm going to put some tofutti sour cream in the potatoes and some salt and some almond milk and make them really light and fluffy. So the potatoes should be about done. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the chicken cutlets going and the turkey cutlets going, and then we'll see how everything turns out. So here is the finished meal. We have some vegan rolls. We have the green bean casserole with the french fried onions and the homemade cream of mushroom, a vegan version of soup. And then we have the corn, those are the corn cutlets and the Gardein turkey cutlets. Then we have acorn squash with pecans and brown sugar, and we have acorn squash with pepitas and maple syrup. We have CSA potatoes with some vegan Orville Redenbacher buttery flavoring and some garlic and some salt. We have a pumpkin pie with some pumpkin pie spice that I found at Aldi mixed with some of the vegan cream cheese substitute that I find at Aldi. We have some tofutti for the mashed potatoes. We have some earth balance for the mashed potatoes, and then we have the Arrowhead stuffing and the gravy. So I've sampled some things along the way. It should be very good, and hopefully, I know this is a Thanksgiving meal, but I think everybody could do it for Christmas if they wanted to as well. So happy holidays to everybody.